Welcome everyone to Monday Morning Morons for August 20th, 2018. This week, let's begin with the other side of free speech. Because free speech isn't just about what you want to say, but also about what you choose not to say. Mitt Romney, it must be electorally disqualifying to equivocate on racism. Mitt Romney said Friday that candidates who make vague statements about racism should be disqualified from running for public office. We must insist that those we elect as our leaders respect and embrace Americans of every race, sexual orientation, gender, and national origin, he wrote in an essay posted to his Senate campaign website. In this country, it must be electorally disqualifying to equivocate on racism. No, Mitt, what you're saying right now, and I don't know if your mad rush to appease the loony radicals made you blind to this, or if you're just that fucking dumb, but what you're saying right now is, you must say this in the exact words I approve of. No, Mitt, I mustn't. That's the other part of my constitutionally protected right. I do not have to say anything I don't want to say. I do not have to say anything the way you want me to say it. Further, take a moment and read that Constitution, Mitt. Nowhere in the entire document does it disqualify anyone from public office because they choose not to say what you want them to say. Now, you can run out there and campaign against this person or that person because they said something you didn't agree with. That's fine. You can run around pitching a hissy fit that some person didn't say the exact words you wanted them to say. That's fine too. But you cannot write a law to punish either of those things. In case you forgot, Mitt, this is America, not Soviet Russia. In his essay, Romney, who twice ran for president and is running for Senate in Utah, offered his opinion on race in American politics just 2 days before white nationalists are set to hold a white civil rights rally in Washington, D.C. The rally is meant to be an encore to last year's Unite the Right protest in Charlottesville, Virginia, that erupted in violence and left one counter-protester dead. In the wake of last year's deadly violence, President Donald Trump said that there were very fine people on both sides of the protests, a comment that was met with harsh criticism by both Democrats and Republicans. Yes, and he also said there were bad people on both sides. Odd how you chose not to remember that part, don't you think? Romney, who harshly criticized Trump as a candidate but has since offered targeted praise of some of the president's policies, pointed out in his essay that he publicly opposed Trump's statement last year in a tweet that he said, "No, not the same. One side is racist, bigoted, Nazi. The other opposes racism and bigotry. Morally different universes." No, Mitt, they aren't. You clearly have no fucking idea who these so-called counter-protesters are or what they advocate. Either you've been living in space for the last 5 to 10 years, or you had a full frontal lobotomy at some point. Not sure which, but you're dead fucking wrong about these people. They are racist. They are bigoted. They are more Nazi than the fucking Nazis, Mick. Actions speak louder than hollow rhetoric, Mitt. You should know that. Look at their actions and tell me they're the fucking good guys. I dare you. On Saturday, Trump offered a less ambiguous statement on last year's protest, tweeting, "The riots in Charlottesville a year ago resulted in senseless death and division. We must come together as a nation. I condemn all types of racism and acts of violence. Peace to all Americans." No, not less ambiguous, CNN. It's the same fucking thing he said then, but you were too busy dancing on a dead girl's corpse to hear it. Face it, you heard only what you wanted to hear, not what he actually said. As for you, Mitt, get your head out of your ass and look around, because you clearly haven't done so for years. You're talking shit and you're advocating worse. The anti-free speech crowd has enough advocates already. They don't need your fucking help, you moron. Alright. Sorry, Mitt kind of pissed me off there. Let's move on. New tool checks professors' syllabi for gender-racial equality. Because the information is only right if a black woman said it. A University of Minnesota professor has developed an online tool that allows her peers a chance to check their syllabi to see if the authors of assigned readings are balanced by gender and race. Professors can upload their syllabi to the Gender Balance Assessment Tool website to receive an approximate percentage of authors who are women, as well as an approximate breakdown of authors' races, such as Asian, Black, Hispanic, and White. You need a computer program to tell you that, do you? Women are cited less often than men and are also underrepresented in syllabi. Yet even well-meaning scholars may find that they have difficulty assessing how gender-balanced their biographies and syllabi really are, the website states. Counting is tedious and prone to human error, and scholars may not know the gender identities of all the authors they cite. Irony alert! This tool aims to help with that by automating the process of evaluating the probabilistic gender of each name and then providing an estimate of what percentage of authors on a syllabus are women. Probability of them being women or not white. Counting is so tedious and prone to human error, so use my program that's prone to guessing. That'll be way more accurate. Brilliant! Its creator, Jane Summer, is an assistant professor of political science at the University of Minnesota. She said she created the tool because she noticed too often in academia that syllabi are not diverse enough regarding the gender and race of authors of listed readings, as she hopes professors will use her website to help diversify their syllabi. The basic idea is that a lot of people were interested in the idea of having syllabuses that were more diverse in terms of who the authors were, Summer told the Minnesota Daily. FYI, educated woman, totally concerned with gender, race, and culture of authors she cites, syllabuses is an anglicized plural. In other words, it's an English bastardized word. You're culturally appropriating right now. The word you're looking for is syllabi. Oh wait, that word comes from Latin. Other white people, so I guess it doesn't matter. Yes, I'm being nitpicky because I'm a dick. Neither Summer nor the University of Minnesota responded to the College Fix's request for comment. Summer told the Daily she began to think about the diversity of authors in graduate school when she noticed that white males authored most of the material in her classes. And we all know that white males are inherently wrong no matter what they say, right? The Gender Balance Assessment Tool does not actually know the gender nor race of authors when syllabi are uploaded by professors. Rather, it simply assumes one's gender and race based on their name only, according to the website. It adds that it does not work well with those who identify as non-binary. Because this algorithm works by assigning a probability distribution to binary genders based on names, this tool does not function well to accommodate non-binary gender identities, the site states. Damn it, woman! You just broke my irony meter! The racial prediction side of the tool also makes educated guesses, and it encourages the user to exercise caution with the percentages it gives. This is because they can be largely inaccurate, as the site does not actually know the author and uses a racial prediction based on surnames. Resultant predictions are the average of the racial predictions for all surnames that can be predicted. I encourage caution in interpreting the racial balance numbers, as these are both less accurate and less precise than the gender balance estimates, the website states. So, to sum up, professors shouldn't count the race and gender of their own citations because counting is tedious and prone to human error. Instead, they should use my website tool that is prone to guessing and is therefore unreliable and possibly completely inaccurate. But hey, if you're going to be wrong anyway, at least this will save you a ton of time, right? Next one, Bob. Gender ethnic studies professors earn about $12,000 more than peers. Uh-oh. Looks like your equal pay initiatives went a little too far, huh? Better give some of that back. Wouldn't want to create inequality, now would we? Professors of subjects such as women's studies and ethnic studies are largely out-earning those that teach more traditional subjects like math and science, according to a new analysis. Well, clearly because it's so valuable. I mean, who gives a shit if you can land a rocket on a comet when it's far more important to know why that's racist and sexist? A report released by the College and University Professional Association for Human Resources reveals that the average salary for professors of area, ethnic, cultural, gender, and group studies during the 2017-2018 academic year was about $15,000 more per year than for biology, math, and stats and science professors. Oh, sure. The math nerds crunched some numbers and found that the math nerds are being discriminated against. Well, that's hardly reliable information. Did anyone ask the gender studies professors if they feel like they're being overpaid? Because that's the important thing here. According to the report, area, ethnic, cultural, gender, and group studies professors earned an average of $105,656 last year, while professors of physical sciences earned only $90,422. Mathematics and statistics professors made an average of $89,691, and biology and biomedical professors earned just $88,792. Courses taught by professors of subjects like cultural and gender studies include social justice praxis at the University of California, San Diego, queer sexuality in black popular culture at UC Santa Cruz, and transnational feminism at UC Berkeley. Professors of this type make considerably more than traditional liberal arts professors, with English instructors earning just $85,423 on average, and those teaching liberal arts and sciences, general studies, and humanities averaging only $91,883. In fact, professors in the fields of cultural and gender studies make almost $12,000 more than the average professor overall. The average salary for full professors across all disciplines was $93,830. Bah! Poppycock! The oppression teachers are just better at negotiating their salary, and pitching a king-size hissy fit backed by a mob of rabid morons violently shutting down classes, presentations, and campuses when they don't get their way. Milk it while you can, morons. What you're preaching leads nowhere, and once enough people realize that, you're all going to be out of a job with no marketable skills to acquire a new one. The gravy train won't last forever. Count on it. All right, Bob, let's see a little toxic masculinity. New Orleans bartender attacks woman who spanked her in viral video. I may get copyright flagged for this because the clip is a little long, but you just have to see the video or what I'm about to say won't make a hell of a lot of sense.
Touch me again.
Oh, did I say toxic masculinity? My mistake. I meant entitled femininity. Now go back and watch that again. This time, look at the blonde's face when the bartender smacks her. You want to see entitlement feminists? Right there it is. Not the best quality screenshot there, I know, but the video wasn't exactly high definition to begin with. Point is, that is what entitlement looks like. This woman has no idea why the bartender slapped her. To her, what she just did was completely and totally innocent. There's a bright red butt right there. I'm totally allowed to smack it. No guy does that. None. Never have I seen a guy react that way. I don't mean the smacking. Yeah, I've seen dumb fucks do that. But when the waitress or bartender or flight attendant or whatever turns around and smacks the shit out of him, he doesn't look bewildered. He knows exactly why she beat his ass. He knows what he did was wrong, and he knows he deserves to be smacked. That is not entitlement. That's just an asshole. This woman, though, that is what entitlement looks like. Absolutely no fucking idea what she did was inappropriate. Why? Because she's an entitled little bitch used to getting away with shit like that. Looks like your little equality movement needs to start teaching women about consent too, huh? And by the way, bravo to the bartender, whatever her name is, they don't say. Equal opportunity ass whipping there. Good for you. You don't have to take that kind of shit from anyone, regardless of gender. All right, Bob, amuse us with something funny. Georgia thieves escape with nearly $100,000 worth of ramen noodles, police say. Holy shit! Look, I like ramen now and again too, but 100 grand worth? You're fucking kidding me, right? These things sell for like 50 cents a pack. Discounted when you buy them in bulk too. Do you have any idea how much fucking ramen it would take to make up 100 grand worth? You'll be eating ramen for years. Thieves in Georgia must have been craving a savory snack as they made off with nearly $100,000 worth of ramen noodles, the Fayette County Sheriff's Office said. The thieves, who have not yet been located, took the packages of noodles between July 25th and August 1st, Fox 5 reported. The noodles were located inside a 53-foot trailer, which was parked at a Chevron store. The owner of the trailer, who said he was given permission to park the trailer there, said it was locked at the time the food was allegedly stolen, the Star-Telegram reported. Okay, wait a second. Why did you just park a trailer full of ramen at a gas station for over a week anyway? Were you not supposed to deliver that shit to a grocery store or something? I mean, I know that shit has a shelf life of like 40 years or something, but seriously? Do they just load up trucks full of this stuff and strategically stage it around the country in case there's a desperate ramen shortage or something? Stock up on ramen, folks. Apparently, there's an international terrorist conspiracy to blow up all the ramen factories in America. That's it for this week. Remember the social justice mantra: women are victims, men are oppressors, and feminism is just about equality. I'll see you all next time.